so don't get it twisted. Deal with women strictly on the terms that listed. Keep it simple, boy, learn the truth. The weak play games, but the strong bring proof. She can't shake a man who owns his terms. It's returning to fire and the world gon' burn. Tag it 20, you know the name. Dropping lessons on a name, playing the same. No pedestal, nah, don't elevate low. A queen only follows when the king says go. Too many masked up trying to impress, losing themselves, caught up in the stress. Be the man, don't fold for the crowd. Speak your truth, strong will, stand proud. If she's in your life, she earns a spot, but a king never bends for a second thought. No validation needed, power on reserve. Rule your world, let her match your nerve. Yeah, manhood restored, the king's in the game. Cags acting 20, remember the name. Strictly on your terms, you know what to do. Her debit card works, but the throne's on you.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, my bad. I had the shit on mute still. All right, here we go, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents, let me plug the joint right quick. Why men who exhibit an agreeable personality aren't sexually desirable. Again, why men who exhibit an agreeable personality aren't sexually desirable. Let me hit y'all with this. Hit y'all with that right there. Now, let me just say this. When you think about the word agreeable, the word agreeable is mostly aligned with the quote-unquote good guy or the quote-unquote nice guy. And the reason why a guy might fancy himself as a quote-unquote good man, right, or a nice guy, is because they are agreeable. They don't mind making concessions and accommodations at the behest of women, right? This is why you hear guys talk about making women comfortable. This is why you hear guys talk about building rapport with women, because they're trying to be agreeable, right? See, this is what guys don't understand. When you talk about exuding sex appeal, when you talk about being sexually desirable to women, right? Most guys don't know how to make a beeline straight to that, right? If you're mainly motivated to deal with a woman because you're attracted to her, she's your physical type, right? You want to smash that. You want to hit that. You want to have sex with her, right? You need to learn how to make a beeline and have a conversation with her sexuality. This is what guys need to do. And I know this ain't going to make no sense to a lot of you. Stop trying to have a conversation with the woman in front of you and have a conversation with the woman she's hiding from you. Okay, don't let that go over your head. Let me tell that shit again. Stop trying to have a conversation with the woman in front of you and learn how to have a conversation with the woman she's hiding from you, right? So when I talk about make a beeline, right, for her sexuality, every woman has a sexual side, right? But not every woman is going to show, well, let me rephrase it. Every woman has a sexual side, but women aren't going to show their sexual side to every man who approaches them. They're only going to show it to the men that they sexually desire. See, when you're trying to have a conversation with the woman in front of you, you have to understand that many women are wearing a mask. Many women are introducing you to their representative or their public persona, right? The only guys that are going to see the woman's private persona are the men that she is sexually attracted to, right? So when we say why men who exhibit an agreeable personality aren't sexually desirable, because you're not assertive. You don't have any dominant personality traits. I'm going to hit y'all with something. I want y'all to think about something. And we're going to get to this little shit right here. We're going to get to the little joint right there, the little caption. There's a reason why Rom Wills, shout out to Rom Wills, there's a reason why he talks about the body game. There's a reason why women do gravitate to taller men or even men who are in great shape. You don't necessarily have to be muscular, but if you are in great shape, and women can tell by the way that your clothes fit you that you are in great shape, right? If you have a physical stature that's kind of imposing, that speaks to the dominance of your presence, of your physical presence. So on a sexual, carnal, animalistic, biology, evolutionary nature, right? You're speaking to women, right? So a woman may look at a taller man who is in great shape, and she might be instantaneously sexually attracted to him because either consciously or subconsciously, she is thinking about how sex is going to be with this physically imposing man, which in her mind, she might think, damn, he look like he can fuck. Damn, he look like he can tear me up in the bedroom. I saw a Facebook post probably about a week or two ago, and there was a woman who asked this question. And I tagged Steve in it, you know, because I'm always joking with Steve about picking up chicks and all that other shit. But there was a young lady who put up a post on Facebook, and she asked this question: do men pick women up anymore during sex? Do men pick or lift women up anymore during sex? Meaning, do you pick a woman up off of the bed and stand in the middle of the floor and you got her right here on your joint? Right, that's what she's asking. Do men do that anymore? See, y'all think it's hyperbole. Y'all think I just be talking shit when I talk about that, right? Every woman wants to be dominated sexually, specifically by the men that she wants to be dominated by, the men that she is sexually attracted to. So what happens with a lot of guys when guys are agreeable, right? What you're exhibiting is an altruistic personality, right? But what you're really doing, and what many women have come to find out about the so-called nice guy, is that you're really exhibiting a disingenuously altruistic personality, which means you appear to be altruistic or kind, but with a hidden motive. So altruistic means self-sacrificing. It means that you're selfless, that you consider other people before you consider yourself, right? So a lot of guys, when they converse with women, they come off like, girl, I care about where you're from. I care about what you do for a living. Girl, I care about your personal problems, right? I care about where you grew up at. I care about your passions, dreams, goals, ambitions, right? So a lot of guys, they play to this because they believe, well, that's what women want. They want a man who cares about all these different things. So a lot of men, they play that role, the agreeable, altruistic guy who is selfless, very thoughtful, very considerate, right? This is why guys, again, they make a lot of concessions for women, very accommodating, right? They acquiesce, they do things at the woman's behest because they believe if I'm agreeable, if I act like I'm cool with what she wants, I'll get to the pussy. So what's happening is you guys, you're taking the scenic route, right? You ever been on a drive in the country? For those of you who ever driven in the country, and you just drive this long, out of the way in the country, and you're looking at the scenery, you're looking at all the trees and the hills and the mountains and all this shit, and it's very scenic, right? There's this nice little drive on this long road in the middle of nowhere. You're seeing farm land and cows and horses and shit. It's very scenic, very peaceful, right? Right? You like the way it looks, right? A lot of you guys, you're taking that long drive through the country to get to the sex. That's what you're doing, right? Instead of making a beeline for what it is you really want. Why men who exhibit an agreeable personality aren't sexually desirable, right? Disingenuously altruistic means to appear altruistic or kind, but with a hidden motive. Excuse me, but with a hidden motive. And what women are coming to realize is that you guys are not who you pretend to be, right? There's a clip, and I talked about this. There's a clip. It's an older clip. I don't know if it was from the 90s or what it was, but basically it was like an audience, like at one of these talk shows and shit. And they were talking to this guy, and there was women on the stage, and there were women in the audience, and there was a woman who was asking a question, and she was asking this guy, "Do you care what women think?" He said, "I don't care what women think. I don't care what women want. I only care what they respond to." The problem with you agreeable guys is that you do care what they want. You do care what they think, which is why you're so agreeable, thinking that if you care what a woman wants and that if you care what a woman thinks, you will get to the sex. But all you're doing is you're taking the long way. You're taking the scenic route to get to what you really want. And in the process, what you're showing women is that you're willing to do what it is they want you to do, or you're willing to do what it is you think they want you to do just to get to the sex. So most women, they're going to do one of two things. They're either not going to fuck with you at all, as far as sex is concerned, right? Or they're going to have a take it or leave it attitude. They're going to have a take it or leave it attitude. Like, I mean, he's cute. I mean, he's nice, right? But you're not giving women instructions to such an extent that they realize, if I don't move how he's requiring me to move, he ain't gonna fuck with me. The way you guys are moving, the woman believes she has options with you. So if you set up a date and a woman initially agrees to go on a date, now I'm going somewhere with this, stay with me. If you set up a date and a woman agrees to go on a date, you're going to think she's genuinely interested. You're going to think that sex is still possible. But in her mind, whether it's conscious or subconscious, she already sees that you're coming across like this agreeable person. So when you set up this date and she agrees to go, what's going to happen is something else is going to come up that's more intriguing to her. Something else is going to come up where she's more excited about, or that she's more excited about. So what she's going to do is, oh, I forgot about our date. Oh, my bad. I forgot. Hey, I can't make it. I forgot. I had this thing that I was supposed to do. Case in point, I have a client. He met a young lady, right? When he first met her, he didn't flirt with her. He wasn't sexual or anything, right? He just told her that he was attracted to her and he wanted to take her out, right? So they exchanged contact information, right? And he set up a date. So he reached out to her either the day of the date or the day before the date to confirm whether or not she still was down. And she told him, oh, I forgot that I had an obligation. Me and a friend, we're going to go sip some wine and paint. So if, for you guys who don't know, they do have that type of entertainment where you can go and you can paint and sip wine, right? So she basically told him that me and one of my girlfriends had already planned to go do that. So I'm going to skip your date that you offered and I'm going to go do this thing with her. Let me tell y'all something. A woman who is sexually attracted to you, you know what she's going to say? Fuck her friend. she can see her friend anytime. She's going to know that if she skips out on doing that date with you, that she might not get another opportunity. But when women don't sexually desire you, when women aren't feeling you like that, they don't look at it that way. They look at it as, well, he was real agreeable before, so he'll be agreeable now. So when I skip out on this date, he'll offer another date. Why? Because he's so agreeable. And then when you act like you got a problem with it, what you're displaying is disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. You're being disingenuously altruistic because you came across like you were the nice guy, the agreeable guy. So now that you're like, oh man, you ain't gonna show up for the date, man, that's fucked up. She is like, I knew it. You're not really agreeable. You're not really a nice guy. You have a hidden motive. You just want to fuck me. Well, if you wanted to fuck me, how come you didn't display that energy in the beginning? I want to get back to what I said earlier about the body game thing that Ron Wills talked about a man looking physically imposing and he looks like he can be a dominant lover in bed. See, a lot of times when women are instantaneously sexually attracted to a man, it's because in their minds, he looks like a guy that can fuck them good. There's a dominance, there's a assertiveness about the way that he's conducting himself that's turning them on, right? At a very carnal, animalistic, and even lustful level. And most guys lack the ability to convey that to women when they speak. So even if you're not 6 foot plus, even if you're not, muscular or where you look like you're in great shape, you can still demonstrate being assertive and having a dominant personality through the way that you act and the way that you speak to women. The problem is a lot of you guys, let me get rid of this. A lot of you guys, you're so afraid of offending the woman. You're so afraid of upsetting the woman that the way that you speak to her is very agreeable. You're the opposite of assertive. You're the opposite of dominant. So when women are speaking to you, they don't see sex. They see a guy they can have a good time with on a date. That's what they see in you. A guy they can have a good time with on a date. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. A guy they can see themselves having a good time with on a date if they're bored. Y'all see how that works? You come across like the type of guy they can have a good time with on a date if they are bored. So if something else comes up that they think is more fun or more entertaining, why would they go out with you? They don't want your dick. So they have a take it or leave it attitude. Maybe I can fuck them, maybe not. But their desire to want you sexually isn't strong enough, which is why you struggle. Why men who exhibit an agreeable personality aren't sexually desirable. Like, share, subscribe, get on that Patreon, exclusive content over there. Plus you get coaching, email consultations, video requests. Also, get on that channel membership. There's exclusive content over there that you won't find on the Patreon and vice versa. Holla at your boy. Peace.